Welcome to Roseflower Radio, the show that goes behind the scenes of your favorite independent artists and creatives. I'm your co-host, Micah Wilson.
And I'm your co-host, Finlay Matthias. With us on the show today, we have an artist, songwriter, vocalist. Joining us from Austin, Texas, we have Kersty Ryan. How are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Kirsty is thirsty. How's it going?
Thank you.
I think all of us are thirsty. How are you killing this heat wave right
Yes.
now? How are you dealing
water and
Fiji
staying
water?
in my house and closing the blinds. Yeah, I had to buy that for the podcast.
with it? Big flex.
Yeah, I don't.
Big flex.
I do not have Fiji water.
This is like $3. It's okay. I'm not that bougie.
Well, I still feel like buying $3 for water is bougie regardless.
I had to for the podcast.
Yes,
Look,
run it up. Boom.
Have the stuff.
but yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Yes,
First podcast.
super exciting.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, we connected through TikTok, what, 2-ish months ago, something
Probably
like
something
that.
like that.
And then we
yeah.
heard some of your music on a stream, and then we're like, okay, wow, like
Oh,
she's
thank
dope. We
you.
want her on. So
Thank you.
the power of the internet, people.
Shout
Do
out
not-
the internet.
Shout out
Literally.
internet.
Yeah, so we mentioned on the intro, you're from Austin, Texas. You moved out here, what, you said about 6 months ago?
Yeah, I moved here 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I freaking love it here.
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
feel like there's a different like creative attitude, like when it comes to collaborating between like the creative scene in Austin versus here in LA? Are people like more akin to collaboration here or maybe in Austin? Like how do you feel about that, like that kind
Yeah.
of community here?
You know, I've seen both sides. In Austin, I think one of the things that was really difficult for me about the industry in Austin is there's not a big pop scene.
Yeah.
And I'm a pop artist, I'm a pop writer.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't many people for me to collaborate with, I feel like, to begin with. So coming here, it's been amazing because you are literally surrounded by so many creatives, so
Yeah.
many people to
Yeah.
collaborate with. I was really nervous about coming here because, you know, there's so many people, but I have faced nothing but like people welcoming me in
That's
and
awesome.
encouragement.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't seen the, people who
rough
are like,
side of
yeah,
LA. The
I
rough
haven't
side
seen
of
that yet.
LA.
I'm brand new. I'm 6 months,
Well,
but
give it a year.
Yeah,
or
I was
so.
about to
I
say.
know.
I was
You'll
about to
meet
say,
them.
lucky you.
I mean, there are the people that'll be like, you meet them in person and they're like, oh, let's totally have a session. And then
Yeah.
they'll totally ghost you.
Yeah.
There are those people here, I realized, but for
Why'd
the
you
most
look
part.
at me?
I was just looking over at you. I wasn't mean anything by that.
Man, this dude is hostile.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hey, it's okay. Sometimes you have to do it.
I've definitely have experienced those people though who are
Yeah.
like, yo, like meet him
and
at a
they
show.
seem so hype, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I get lost in the DMs sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like you can't write with everybody,
Totally.
but I have faced like nothing but like pretty much encouragement. And,
That's
like,
cool.
It's been really cool.
So where are you living right now?
I'm living in North Hollywood.
North.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So and are you by yourself with some
And
roommates?
with my partner. He's my producer as well. So
There you
it's
go.
a great free in-house.
I was gonna. His name's Landon.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you
Okay.
look him up?
No.
No, we actually, we do need to introduce you to this. Micah is psychic.
Yeah.
I do want to let you know. Micah
like,
is
damn.
psychic. That's why he's here.
You know, Psych is my favorite TV show of all time. Psych. Do you know? Does anyone know the show?
Well, it's
Psych?
based on your life, so of course
Yeah.
it would be, you know.
Thank you.
Shout out Logan.
Shout out Logan in the back.
Yeah, so then, when did you guys meet? I assume you met in Austin.
Yeah, we met in Austin. We met when we were in high school, but we didn't go to the same high school. We started dating when we were 18, though, so it's been
Wow.
7 years that we've been together.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did Landon Tyler, has he been working on all of your music from the start of your like artistic career, or did you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you met him in Austin, right?
Yeah, met in Austin. And it was kind of a slow start at first. Like, he was really new to production when I first met him. He was doing it, but like, he just wasn't fully like working with artists
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
So at first I was collaborating with other people. I like went to Nashville and found one producer who's done one of my songs. He's incredible, but I don't know. I feel like once he got like, he's an amazing producer. I'm a little biased, but like, I
Yeah.
think he's the best producer I know.
Wow.
And no one knows you like your partner, right?
Yeah.
And so some people say it's hard to work with your partner, but
Yeah.
it's so easy for us because we know each other so well, and he knows
That's cool.
my style and like
exactly what you're looking for.
my artistry, and he freaking nails it every time. So yeah, he's done every single song except for one on my discography.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
And that's, I mean, speaking of your discography, I know you released an EP called Sad Girl, or technically Sad
Sorry,
Girl.
girl,
Girl.
without the I, all caps.
Is it It's GRL, right?
Yep.
That is without the I.
Girl.
Big brain. So Sad Girl. What was that about?
Yeah.
Like, where did that start?
Yeah. So the track "Sad Girl" was by another producer. His name's Steven Martinez in Nashville. Absolutely amazing. Shout out, Steven. Landon made some tweaks here and there, but that was the first song that I like officially recorded, like pre-quarantine. That was that was 2019. And so I think I was just sorry, this might get dark. LOL. I was in a really dark place at that time. And so I was just feeling like I couldn't tell any of my friends what I was going through. And so it just came out to that song.
So music was the outlet. Yeah.
But yeah, and then it just turned into the whole, it's ironic that it's called Sad Girl because there are some like upbeat, more like summery songs on there. But I think the project as a whole really does have to do with like mental health and a big transition of life. And like, just like feeling like you can't tell people what you're feeling. And so putting it into a song instead of words, you know?
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Like I've had a bunch of like, for a long time, music was very much therapy for me.
Yeah,
and
totally.
I get it, why, you know, sad girl.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be a sad girl,
like
you know?
Sometimes it be like that.
It do be. So I get it.
There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
And that's the whole project.
One question I wanted to have, or I have for you is, I've known people who are very much like, oh, I work with this one producer because they know me so well and all this stuff. And then other people are like, oh, I like to work with strangers because I get the most out of it. Like for you, do you think it's better to work with friends and have it be like a more like friendship first than production? Or to you, I mean, for your case, it's way more than just friends. But like, you know, like if it were up to you, would you rather be friends first than produce something together? Or would you rather be like kind of more work oriented and then like transfer to friendship if it goes there?
You know, I like both for different things. I think when I'm writing for other artists or if I'm just having like a general writing session with people, I don't mind not knowing them. Because then it's kind of cool. Like you're learning about each other and all of that. But I think with my music, what I've realized, it's so personal to me that I've tried like writing my own songs with other people and like other producers and everything. And I love meeting new people and collaborating with other people, but it's just so personal and like secret place kind of music for me that I love collaborating with like my partner. My best friend Taylor also helps me write. And I just like having those personal relationships working on my songs.
That's cool.
But for other people and just like general sessions, I don't mind working with people I don't know. And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I might get to know them and absolutely love working with them for my own stuff if I get to know them better. But
it's also too, I mean, I can get that too where you want to, like music you're holding, it's like your little baby, you know?
It is.
And you really want to like
especially when it's deep stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to treat it because like it's really hard when you're, especially if you pour your heart and soul into it. And then here's my follow-up question with this is like, do you personally, this might get a little deep too, so I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to jump in.
I love it.
I'm about to go in.
I love deep.
We're in the,
we're in the trenches.
That's what I was about to say. We're the
Mariana Trench, baby.
I was going to say Marinara Trench. It's the wrong term. The Marinara Trench.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, baby.
But like one thing that I struggled with when I was making a lot of very personal, like kind of self-healing stuff was like, I felt like that I was, like I felt like that when it came to streams and things like that, like I kind of got affected by that. When I would look at a stream and be like, oh, this song flopped, but it meant so much to me. How is that for you? Do you even look at that the same way?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And, you know, sometimes it's really hard for me because I'll have like my favorite song on earth. This goes for TikTok too. I'll spend so long on a TikTok and they become like these songs and this content like becomes so personal for me. And then if it flops, it's affected my self-esteem so much sometimes. I'm working on it and it's gotten a lot better. Yeah. Especially since moving to LA, which is weird. I think it's because everyone's going through it. But yeah, I've kind of had to let that go a little bit and be like, it really just is a numbers game. And so you can't let that affect you emotionally or like the quality of your art because it's not about that. It really is like algorithmic and like bull crap, you know?
That's
but it's definitely hard. It's so hard that sometimes it paralyzes me. But I've gotten a lot better about it, but it totally used to affect me.
We're all about self-growth. That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's hard though.
I just had a similar story. Yeah, I do a lot of our TikToks, and yeah, it's the same thing. I'll spend like hours and hours on a TikTok, or
Yep.
like it'll just be like a TikTok of our actual content, and it'll do the 250, 300 streams.
Yeah.
And then our first video that did well was a video of Micah doing a backflip and losing his sunglasses.
It's like the stupidest stuff, right?
And I was like, this is great. I love that we're like gaining followers and gaining views and
but
everything.
like
He hated
this
me.
one,
He hated
But
me.
This
not the one that we like built a
Spent
set
hours
for
on?
and did
Yeah.
all of
Dude,
this for.
I
Not
totally
that.
get it.
It's the
You
one
know?
with Micah, me just being little silly girl.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
I gotta
totally
put
how
more
it
Micah on the
is.
TikTok apparently.
Hey,
everyone
bro.
likes the more casual stuff. They don't like the produced. Like,
Yeah, and that's what I found too. Yeah.
it's so hard.
Do you think it's hard as an artist where now all of a sudden the industry is screaming at you to produce content instead of make music? Like, what are your thoughts on that? And then follow-up question, if you could change anything about that, how would you have the industry ran? I know that's a crazy question. I didn't mean to just throw that at you.
Oh my gosh, that is a big question.
Double whammy right there.
Yeah, I think TikTok and like social media platforms like Reels and Instagram, unfortunately, it's the single most important, easiest tool that independent artists have nowadays.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
It's so easy, yet it's so hard at the same time. It's so easy to get seen, but you just have to play the game.
Yeah.
And it really sucks.
It seems
and it can
life-
destroy
Yeah.
creativity. Like you notice, I hate to say it, I love all the artists on TikTok. But a lot of their music is starting to sound the same because
Yeah.
they're trying to cater to the market, which is consuming this like one style of
Absolutely.
content right now.
Yeah, have you seen the like the nursery rhyme songs? Yeah, I wanted to
I have
talk
not.
about
What
those.
is
I
that?
wanted to get
Oh
I
my
wanted to get the
gosh.
opinion of like a songwriter.
Yeah.
Because I personally don't songwrite. I produce and engineer. So I wanted to know, as a songwriter, what do you? Yeah,
Wait, what's the nerd? Give
so,
me a context.
The nursery rhyme songs are like A B C D E. I'm trying to even think of
The
one.
alphabet?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
B C D E F U and your mom.
Oh.
Like that one.
Yeah.
And then there's Twinkle Twinkle.
Oh my
Little
gosh. I know exactly what
bitch,
you're talking
I
about.
want to like put you in a ditch or something. Like I don't know what
Yeah.
Fire. I mean, that sounds like something.
but yeah, as like someone who's trying, as you just said, to not play the game a little bit
Yeah.
too much. Do you see that? And like, yeah, while maybe it's a little cringy, do you also get it a little bit? Do you kind of
Yeah, I
understand
mean-
why?
Yeah, I do. And I don't like all the hate that like those creators are getting all the time, but I'm also like, girl,
Come on.
Come on.
come on. And I have the girl that wrote, her name is Gail, the girl that wrote ABCDEFU.
Yeah.
Everyone like really hated on that song. And then I listened to a podcast of her in it.
She seems pretty
And
cool,
she's been in
honestly.
the industry for years, like since she was a kid, going to Nashville. And that's just so happened to be the one song that like really put her on the map. And she's getting so much hate for like being an industry plant and all that jazz. I do think there is a level of like the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star bitch one.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of cloud chasing for me. I don't like the hate that she's getting, but also like,
Really.
it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. And all of those TikTok songs are headed towards that direction.
Yeah.
And it's just playing the marketing game and it really sucks. But it's like something that you have to do too.
Yeah.
Like I remember my former manager would send me to labels and this one label got back to me and were like, yeah, she's really good, but she just doesn't have the TikTok following that we're looking for. Doesn't that suck?
Oh my
Doesn't
gosh.
that suck?
That's their job.
I know,
That's
I
your
know.
job.
No, and you see all
know?
these huge artists like Halsey. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, where she was, like,
goes on TikTok.
complaining, yeah.
And she was like, "My label won't let me release this unless this goes viral." Huge artists
It's
that are being
stupid.
forced to make themselves go viral.
And I know this too for like, if on Spotify for artists where you can submit your songs to Spotify playlists.
Mm-hmm.
I got really lucky. I feel like I've said this before, but on the podcast, but I've gotten really lucky because one of my songs did really well, like out of nowhere. Like this was like 2-3 years ago. And like it did really well, got on a really good playlist, and like it's awesome. I love it. Now I found out that if like the Spotify for artists people who like go through and like sift through your music, they'll go and check out your TikTok. And if the song that you are putting out doesn't already have like 500 videos with it,
Yeah.
they aren't gonna release it or like put it on a
It's
playlist.
horrible. It's horrible.
They've kind of taken over every aspect of
Yeah,
every
it's the
industry at this point.
It's the industry, even if it's like not a good song.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if it went viral. It's huge.
And how stupid is it that now, as a creative, I now have to be a content creator first instead of a musician or an artist first, or a songwriter, or fill in the blank, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so hard because it destroys your self-esteem sometimes.
Yes,
That's like,
100%.
I try so hard to be active on TikTok and I spend hours on one. And then if it doesn't do well, I don't post for months because I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this.
Just get so in your head about it.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
how-
I think something that TikTok's really like helped with though is kind of like this kind of thing, like collaboration.
Yeah.
You know, actually finding other people who make the same style of genre as you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
style
it
of
definitely
music
has
of
its
you,
ups.
Yeah.
I feel like we're shitting on
Totally.
it, but
no,
they're
I love the platform. It's so collaborative. It has its dark sides and
Yeah.
it's like taken over the industry, but it's also
The
like
reason
more
why-
achievable
Yeah.
than ever for you to get your music seen. Whereas, you know, back before TikTok, you would have to do Instagram or email labels or pitch yourself to all these
Yeah.
people. Now it's more achievable. You just have to play the game, you know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta. We've spoken about playing the game before a little bit with Adam.
Yeah.
we had a previous guest for that. We kind of had a very similar conversation. We were talking about like sacrificing your own kind of like creative wants to appease the
TikTok gods.
the TikTok gods, the TikTok algorithm.
I am there right now.
But speaking of TikTok, there is an account called the Songhouse.
Mhm.
Yes, and I hear that you were hanging out with them recently.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge part of them. They just came to LA last weekend, and I have some friends that like helped start it, and I reached out to them and I submitted my music, and so they took me in for the day. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
I didn't know if
think
it's like
I
a-
mean, no, they didn't make me sign anything. So.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we're in.
No,
we're good.
yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
why I think that's why you were hesitant on the way in. You're like,
Yeah, well, it was
"Oh,
also
those."
that you were the one who brought me the information a little bit.
Oh,
so I
well, I didn't
wasn't
know
sure
where you
how
were
to-
going with it. You
I
said,
wasn't sure-
speaking of TikTok,
I
which is
wasn't
like
sure
the
where I was going with it
broadest
either, bro.
intro.
No, yeah.
It's fine.
But yeah, so describe to me or describe to someone who doesn't know, like what
Mm-hmm.
is the Songhouse?
Yeah, so Songhouse, it was started, I want to say, like, I don't even know. I'm not a big part of them again, so take my words with a grain of salt. Probably started like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And it started by one guy named Tyler Ward and then a few other people with him. And pretty much you are thrown into a room with a couple of people and you write a hook with a track that they already have made. They give everyone the same track.
Okay.
And you write a hook in 30 minutes and then you come out and everyone performs their things. They film it, they post it everywhere. If it goes viral, you record it and release it. It's like super simple. It really challenges you because you got to work fast, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of competitive almost because then
Yeah.
you have these other people who are writing crazy
Yeah, and they're
hooks.
all insanely talented. It was so intimidating. I was also an outsider. I don't know most of them by any means.
No.
So it was it was a lot intimidating.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. How did you meet them? Through TikTok or through?
oh, I just submitted my music to
Oh,
them
okay.
when they said that they were coming to LA, and I was like, I would love to
That's dope.
link up.
Well, she was being proactive too. She also did the same thing, and that's why she's here right
That's
now.
why
too.
you're here.
I
right
know.
now.
Catch
What do you
me
know, guys?
submitting to
Come
things
on.
all day.
Let's go.
That's all
Yeah.
I do, bro.
Signing up to newsletters, this and that.
Have you ever messed around with like Submit Hub?
Totally.
Anything? Yeah. How
Yes.
did you? I've used it before. I've had like mixed results.
Me too.
And but then also I've met people who like claim it's the spawn of
worship it,
Satan.
yeah.
Well, that or like it's like the
Yeah.
spawn of Satan. It's like the worst thing to come onto the industry since like
yeah, it sucks because you're paying them too.
yeah yeah. So like, how do you feel on that? Like,
I mean,
being someone
it's-
who's used it.
Yeah, it's done a lot of good for some of my music. Like when I was my first track, Anybody Else, got on a lot of playlists, but I didn't
That's
get
the
many.
one with you outside of the
The
truck
car.
with
Mhm,
like a
the
blue
Jeep.
hair.
Yeah, that was my very, very first single release.
Yes.
It did okay. It got on a lot of playlists, but like it didn't like make or break my career or anything.
Yeah.
And I had to pay them. I've gotten like such mixed things. Like I'll get on a playlist that has like 100 followers, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, and then I've had people tell me that it's way better to just email curators directly.
That's what I've heard as well.
I think
yeah.
that's my next move because
Yeah.
Submit Hub just has been so hit or miss.
And do you have management?
I don't. I'm pretty much a one-woman show.
Okay.
Sick. Because I went to your website and I saw at the bottom, it's like contact is like, blah, 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 at management. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I have a manager.
No.
Her name is
Her name is
Kirsty.
Kirsty.
Yeah,
Kirsty.
Kirsty.
Yes,
okay,
but
it's okay.
the joke was gonna be that
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
it's
Kirsty.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
see,
was-
my brain was just
that
too
was-
small
that's
for
a
it.
I was
secret.
above it, bro.
Yeah.
The Kirsty is the manager and you are Kirsty.
Yep.
See,
Yeah.
I was above it, bro.
See, this is
See?
a little podcast secret that I'm going to let you guys in on.
Go.
But I sign all of my emails Matt Cargill, which is my fake manager. Why?
Matt who?
Cargill.
Cargill?
I made him up.
How do you spell it? C-A-R?
Cargill. I find it makes people take me more seriously. One, because he's a man. Two, because I have management.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had some friends that told me to do that, so I haven't. That's a podcast secret, and you guys can't leak that.
I've heard people do.
That's
I've heard
crazy.
of people doing that. I've never met someone who does.
I mean, when I'm
Or at
booking
least openly admit it.
shows, it's way better when a booker gets an email from a manager. I feel
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Do you feel
I
like you've
never
ever
thought of
gotten
that.
close to being found out?
like. No, not at all.
No one has any
No.
idea.
No,
It's
and
like, where's Matt?
I
Yeah.
even have a friend named Matt. So if anyone asks me to get on a phone call with Matt, just be like, Matt, you need to be my manager. For like
Is he
2 seconds.
prepared? Does he know about
Oh,
this yet?
totally. He used to be a tour manager.
Okay,
so
okay,
that's
so he
why
knows
I
what he's
chose
doing.
that
He's
name.
on call.
Smart.
He knows.
Exactly.
That's
I
smart.
think this through.
That's
okay?
smart. Dang, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's cheating the system a little bit. But
That's crazy.
Just playing the game, though.
It
You're
is.
just, you
People
know-
just take me more seriously.
Yeah,
So,
and if it works, it works. It's just like, you're not harming anyone.
Yeah.
There is no, unless there's like a Matt Cargill out there who like keeps getting emails asking for Kersty Ryan.
Yeah, could you
it's just
imagine?
me.
And he's like,
There's some guy out there who's like, what is happening? But it's like you secretly all in disguise.
Yeah, it's just
No.
better to book things. But
but I also wanted to talk a little bit about, it says on your website that you also have vocal placements for like dance tracks, EDM artists.
yeah,
Including with Outlast Records or Atlas.
at last.
Including with Atlas Records and Warner Brothers Denmark, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So how did you get into that?
Yeah, so it actually does go back to my friend Matt. Real
Okay,
Matt.
Shout out
Wait,
Matt.
I'm confused
Shout
now.
out Matt.
Real
Matt
Matt.
is a good friend. I met him through quarantine. And he lives in New York, amazing songwriter. He used to be a tour manager and all of that. And he used to live in Denmark, I think. He's from New York though, but he used to live in Denmark. And so he just connected with a bunch of producers there. And he would always refer them over to me to see if I wanted to do them or not. And so yeah, I just kind of got lucky and got to work with Deep Chills, which is like the viral TikTok producer.
There you go.
And he was awesome. And this guy named Arlo. Yeah, I just got lucky, really. And
So
put
yeah,
my-
where did that? It just was it one of those things? Because I know that there are many instances of like kind of the EDM, kind of like those sort of songs where like you don't even meet the person.
I
It's
haven't.
just- yeah. So you just are recording.
I haven't even had a phone call with them.
You just recorded
Wow.
and sent it.
Yeah.
So do you?
Well, Matt was kind of our liaison. He was kind of like the middleman. So
Yeah.
I would send all my vocals to Matt, and then he would send them to Denmark, and so on and so forth. And we just talked through the label.
So how did that work? Did you write the song originally and then they just like kind of remixed it, so to speak? Or was it they gave you the template and then you wrote to that and then they made it something else?
So a couple different ones. Like, for example, Week, which is our biggest one. Matt wrote this song, Deep Chills, and this guy named LaBeouf, who I also think is in Denmark, made the track. And then, so the demo was already there. They just needed a singer. And so I just slapped my voice on it. For Just Us, I did help write it with Matt, and the track was already made, and we sent it off to the
Gotcha.
record label.
Okay,
and
yeah.
they loved it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's weird because I don't even like EDM. but
It's not, yeah.
Tell them.
but
tell them.
I do like those tracks. I think they're fun. And
Well,
it was
it's
a good
okay
experience.
because your manager, Matt,
Yeah.
he connected
Totally.
you. He's a big,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
he's a
have
big
a
EDM
huge
head.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally. I'm legit.
I know. Well, that's why it's so hot in here because you brought in 50 other people.
Yeah, that you guys can't see, but
Yeah.
my
Oh my
whole team
God.
is here.
Is that
right there.
Is that?
Yeah, I can't believe you
That's
had.
Scooter Braun.
Yo, shout out. Yo, what's going on, bro?
I can't believe you had the car guy just to move your car.
I know,
like,
bro.
whenever-
I'm making it. I'm not in a studio apartment in North Hollywood.
And then for those deals, I know sometimes you don't get credited as an artist. You're just kind of there. Were you credited as Kersty Ryan? Or?
Yeah, I was credited. Some songs that I do put my voice on, I am a ghost singer on, and I tell them not to use my voice. But if I like the track enough, I think on Just Us and Weak, I'm on both of those with my name on there. So.
And you're comfortable with that, even though like it's not like exactly your cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. If it's something that I'm like, oh, I do not want this out there, I'll be a ghost singer on, and I'll still get paid.
That's
So
the
did you get an
important part,
upfront like payment?
It wasn't
or was
upfront.
it
I get royalties. Yeah,
Okay.
which they aren't bad. I mean, they're okay.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
You know?
So
You get half a cent every single time
Literally.
you stream.
Yeah.
That's
so
a whole
like,
other thing we can talk about. But that's
So like
Yeah.
when you approach those sessions, that kind of thing, would you say that you approached it like in a songwriting way differently than if you were writing a Kersty Ryan song?
yeah.
Like you what would you say was different as opposed to when you're writing something for yourself?
Totally. Yeah. For EDM, I feel like you need to write more digestible lyrics, like really simple.
Like generic?
Yeah, generic. I
you
would
lost
say
me.
exactly. I think like
found you,
like,
something like
Dang,
that.
dude, that
Just
was a
Us is
song.
literally like, we can drive and it's just us. Like, I wouldn't write that for myself. But for EDM, where the main focus is like the track and the DJ,
Yeah.
like, I don't need to be like, you walk through the August door and something like Taylor Swift lyrics. I don't
something
need that.
crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how I like to write for myself.
Yeah, so something about writing about you for yourself. Lose it like I
Lost
you.
Mm-hmm.
You did a music video for that song.
Yeah.
So hard.
We
Thank
watched that. We watched that. So we were like,
you.
ooh. So
Thank
how did that
you.
happen? Was that like friend or something? Because I know.
My former manager Jackson, still love him. We're on great terms. He knew the guys Cole Needham, and I am.
That was the director, right?
That's the director. I'm totally blanking on the other guy's name, but they own a company here in LA that the name is also escaping me right now. But yeah, they knew each other from. They're both from Missouri, I think. And so yeah, I was living in Austin at the time, so we just made a trip out in 2020, 2021.
Gotcha.
Maybe it was 2020. And yeah, made the video.
And was that an inclination for you to move out here? Like when you went out here and you
Kind
saw
of.
like kind of everything?
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of going back and forth for different sessions and projects, and I've always loved LA. I was born and raised in Austin. My whole family has been there for generations.
Wow.
And so leaving was a very scary decision. It took me a few years to like even, like I would always tell people like, yeah, I totally want to move to LA one day, knowing that like it'd probably be a long time because I was too scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't think it would ever come, and then eventually it came.
And now
you're
I'm
like,
here and I'm like, I haven't even cried once about being homesick because
Wow.
I freaking love it.
If you don't
So,
mind me asking,
Yeah.
how did your parents feel about you leaving?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad and my stepmom were sad, but they are so supportive
That's
of our
awesome.
music. Same with Landon's parents. I mean, they were also sad and they were like, are you sure it's so expensive? We're like, yeah, we know it's expensive.
Yep.
but it's worth it. Trust us.
Yeah, and it totally has been. I mean, I don't think I would have gotten the opportunities and like met the people I did if I wasn't here. I'd probably still be doing whatever in Austin, like not hooking up with anybody. And
Yeah, like it's really because I spend a lot of time on TikTok looking for artists to do this or do our other shows and things, and it's so I'm going through, oh, amazing song, awesome, open it, and they're like Tampa, Florida.
I know.
Come on, man.
And that was the
Like-
thing I got was like, you can do music from anywhere nowadays. Like you can do it online. I'm like, yeah, there's that. And I've been doing Zoom sessions with people all through quarantine, but it's not
It's
the
not the
same.
same at
It's
all.
not the
Yeah.
same as like forming a personal relationship in the room.
And I think people who try and argue like, oh man, you could just, it's not like even just not outside of songwriting and outside of working on like a song with someone, like the networking aspect and the fact that I could go to anywhere and I could,
Everyone is in entertainment.
Yeah.
it's such a wild, that's a big culture shock for me. I grew up in Colorado where,
Oh, I know.
I mean, it was like a good, like, bunch of hipsters and hippies, and we're all just like,
Got that REI.
Yeah, girl.
I noticed the Grateful Dead. Come on, but it's
I don't even know a song. Go ahead.
that's fair. But actually, what I will say, I'm glad you admitted to that.
Yeah.
It's way better. I appreciate that much more than the people who are like, oh yeah, dude, I love.
I'm all for the honesty here. I don't know a single song by the Grateful Dead.
Hey man, that's what's up.
I like the shirt though.
There you go. Boom. Cute little teddy bears. Come on.
Thank you.
I don't know what I was saying. Well, I think just the fact
Colorado.
that
Yeah.
I came from Colorado. One of my favorite things is like Colorado is just such like everyone there is kind of doing the same thing. Like everyone loves the outdoors, does this. And then when I moved out here, I realized how much of a culture shock it was. Like literally even outside of just like music or anything, I'm surrounded by so much more culture
Yeah.
and how it's rooted into the city.
Yep.
That's the coolest
Totally.
thing that I've been learning more and more that I've lived here, which granted is like maybe 6 months longer than you have. So
Nice.
I'm still a newbie too. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, it's really cool to come out here and just experience life, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, it really does feel like life has opened up for
Yeah.
me. Because,
Yeah.
you know, I moved to Nashville for 2 seconds. I'm a college dropout.
Belmont?
Yeah, I went to Belmont for like 2 seconds. And that was like nothing compared to coming here. I feel like I'm just more free and like,
Yeah.
there's just so many more opportunities.
Yeah.
Like there really is.
Yeah.
So.
Did you have anything lined up when you got here already? Like, or you were just here and you were like, fuck it?
Pretty much.
Bet. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I had like writing friends here and there that like I had sessions with, but yeah, it's not like I like had a job or like
Yeah.
I was getting signed and so I moved. Like, no, I just wanted to be here.
So did you write your song Used To?
Mhm.
That's with Taylor Parker?
Yes.
Cool.
Mhm.
And you, how did that come about? Was that like something that was that out here or was that right before you moved? Or?
Yeah, Taylor is our best friend. He lives in Austin. I've known him since like 7th grade.
Cool.
Incredible artist, incredible songwriter, literally one of the best of the best. I know I'm biased. But we like have written so many like, you know, whatever songs. And so that's just one of them that we wrote it and we were like, this can't just sit in our
Yeah.
Dropbox. Like we have so many songs in our Dropbox, but this one
It's gotta come.
fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, we released that one last July 2021. Yeah, it's one of my favorites ever.
Yeah. I
love
listened to
it.
that one. That one stood out to me. So
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love it.
This is
Super.
the one with, is that the one with the cover art of the, it's like a child?
Yeah,
Trails.
it's
Yes.
both of us as kids that I
Yes.
photoshopped.
I didn't want to say it. I was going through some promotional content and stuff, and I was looking at like what he posted on Instagram and stuff. But
Yeah.
I could tell that it was photoshopped. But I thought it was a cool touch that it was
Oh,
very.
it was my first time photoshopping. It was horrible.
It looked great.
Thank you.
I'm not here to bash your Photoshop.
It's okay.
I'm here to say it was cool because it was like, oh, that's both of them as kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, wait, is this both of them? And
No,
then
I
like,
made it convincing, right?
yeah, I was like, man, they've been friends forever.
No.
Clearly, I'm
no.
not operating on the same plane because I didn't know this. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, I
Good.
didn't know this. But so do you do like all of your own cover design art, all of your own,
Yep.
all of that stuff?
Just little old me in Canva.
Shout out, Canva's where it's at. Yo,
Bro.
give me
I'm
one
a
of those.
Canva
Yeah.
Canva guru.
Yeah,
Canva
it's so
and Prezi.
easy. It's so easy.
Yeah.
I think definitely for my next singles, I'm getting them designed because I can't do it anymore. I'm
Yeah.
too bad.
Shout out Fiverr, real talk.
Oh, really?
Fiverr, yeah.
Fiverr's
Fiverr's
where
where
it's
it's at for a lot of things.
Yeah,
I've been doing Fiverr stuff for some of like new album art, whatever.
Oh, no
but
way.
Yeah.
it's where it's at. But you have to pay people. But
Yeah.
sometimes
Oh.
it works out.
Dang.
Money, bro. Look,
Damn
I,
it. I hate paying.
Truth. But the other thing I was gonna say was, I know you're. Well, let's just like let's say I'm a diehard Kirsty fan, right?
Mhm.
So like, what? Not saying that I'm not, but like, let's say I'm like you know the number one fan. Like, I knew you. Like whatever. When you're in an arena or whatever. Like, what can I expect from like some new things coming out? Can we give like any hints or sneak peeks or like anything that you've just been working on?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few singles that are going to be coming out probably within the next few months. I don't have a release date for you yet.
Okay.
But they're definitely coming. They just need to be like mastered pretty much.
Mm.
Okay.
But they're like done.
Oh,
So yeah.
sick. And then
maybe another
I was
project.
about to say,
Yeah.
do you have anything
I'm
else
still
planned?
deciding. It's tough because a lot of the routes that people are taking nowadays is just singles until they get more traction, and then
Yeah.
they put out the whole project. Because marketing my EP was really hard. It
Yeah.
didn't like. It's just hard to market a full project like that.
Yeah.
So I haven't decided it. Like it's crazy because they totally sound like they belong on a project together. All these songs, I'm like, oh, this has to be a project. I just want to do it in the right way as far as marketing.
Yeah.
So definitely a couple singles first, and then I'm probably gonna feel out the water. Market on TikTok like absolute madman. And
Yeah. So would you, if TikTok wasn't in the equation, or of all of the marketing aspects we have these days, which one do you enjoy doing the most? Because I think we established it's not TikTok.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I do
like-
like it. It's hard though, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So which one do you get the most satisfaction from when you're promoting your music?
If you say Facebook, I'm gonna kind of give you a
Oh
weird
God,
squint.
no! That's
Facebook-
not my demographic. I can't. I've tried that though. Facebook
have
ads
too.
and stuff. I like Instagram Reels. Okay, Reels. People are sleeping on those.
Reels
Yeah.
get a
My
lot of
Reels
views.
have blown up a little bit, not like majorly, way more than TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I should start just doing Reels, even though they get shit on all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, and then follow-up question. It might be Reels. The answer might be Reels. Which one do you think, not your favorite, but is the most efficient, has gotten you the most return on your investment? Would you say maybe it's TikTok Reels?
I think it's TikTok. Yeah, because I mean, I've definitely gone the route of, spending days and hours emailing blogs and A&Rs and labels. It's so tough because
Yeah.
the market is so oversaturated.
And I think these days blogs are kind of 10,
No one-
10 years ago.
reads
Yeah, blogs are 10 years
but
ago.
it is cool to get a write up. It's cool.
It's cool for the screenshot. It's good for the Instagram story.
to be like, look, I got a blog written about me, but it's not. It doesn't get me.
It's a good thing that my parents sent all of their friends the write up that I got about me. So it's good for
That's
'cause
cute.
It's good for your parents to get
Good
the
for
write
friends
up.
and family to
Yeah.
make them feel
Look.
like you're legit.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. But it doesn't get me anything. So yeah, I would say social media is the biggest player. Probably it is my most favorite way is making content. You just have to get over that initial hump of being too attached to them and then being consistent about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just say I'm a brand new artist from Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm maybe not even. Let's say this. Let's say we're talking to younger Kersty, back in the I don't know. Let's say when you were 10, listening to Kelly Clarkson and Alicia Keys. Boom.
Girl, you read my website, didn't you?
I read.
I was like, wait,
I
this
just
is
memorized-
so crazy.
It's the psychicness, bro.
I really was. I was like, wow.
And I'm feeling. No, I'm just kidding.
Alicia.
That white is. But let's say I'm a younger you, listening to that and trying to figure out if you could go back in time for a quick second and just be like, hey, before the portal collapses, I have some word of advice to you before starting your music journey or whatever. What would you go back and say to yourself?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Is it okay if this is kind of a long-winded answer?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I don't know how
5,
many.
4,
Jeez.
3.
Just kidding.
This is something that I've been working on over the past few months. And I think my whole life seriously pursuing my career as an artist, probably from the time I was in high school to now, I have wanted to take shortcuts and fast-tracked my way to my goals, right? So I've always been a big picture lady. I always am standing back and being getting so overwhelmed, being oh my God, I have so much to do, especially when you're a one-woman show.
Yeah.
And so I'm used to seeing the whole staircase of here's me, here's where I want to be, sold out arena pop artist writing, whatever. There's so many things to get there, and I wanted to take all the shortcuts and get there as fast as I could. And that's just not realistic unless you get viral, go on some television show,
Your dad
been
is
there,
Scooter
done
Braun,
that.
maybe.
Yeah. If you were had parents that were rich and in the industry, I don't have that, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing that I think I've been learning is I need to take it, instead of looking at the whole staircase, right? I need to take it from the first step.
Yeah.
What's something realistically that I can do today that's going to get me closer to my goal? Because I can't make it happen as fast as I want. If I did, it would happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I could go back in time and be like, Kirsty, you need to chill.
Yeah.
And you need to do this the right way and stop beating yourself up that it's not happening today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
That used to, like, it got me so bad that I wouldn't make music for months because I'm like, there's no point, like, being a whiny baby about it.
Yeah.
Basically.
I feel like a whiny baby. Like
I'm
all the
still a
time,
whiny
so.
baby sometimes. Okay, but
you have to be as a creative.
yeah, but I mean, just like every day, and you're like, you wake up, and if you want to work on whatever that day, it's like, okay, realistically,
What do I have to
what can I do that's going to get me closer today? Is it emailing this person? Is it connecting? Is it booking a show? Is it submitting to podcasts?
Yeah.
You know, like
No.
yeah,
Nope.
it's just
kidding.
it's just the little things that. So I would say like slow down,
Yeah.
pretty much, and work hard.
Plus, that
And-
makes it way more fun.
yeah.
Because then you're not, because I also stress about the long term and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? You know, and like,
Especially when you're by yourself.
yeah. And sitting down and taking a break and being like, no, okay, well, this is what we can do right now. And this is the appropriate. Then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm just going to make a song tonight and it's going to be really fun. And then you fall in love with the creative process again.
Totally. That always is what brings me out of it.
Yeah.
Is like making music that I get so giddy about. And then I
Yes.
listen to it in my car nonstop for days.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. It's not about getting up there immediately. Like
Plus, even when you're up there, I bet you're still going to be doing the same thing.
Totally. Like Halsey on TikTok.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
She's still doing that. She's playing the same game I am.
That's awesome.
Pretty much. I mean,
I bet Halsey doesn't have a real manager either, bro.
Yeah, it's all fake.
Halsey's manager's
I don't
cap
even
as
think
well.
Halsey's real.
maybe
I
not
think
for long.
everything's-
Maybe she's going to fire her whole team here soon.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really cool way to end this is just by
Yeah.
saying like, hey, like one day at a time.
Yeah.
And I really like that sentiment, and I think that's the way to go. So what we're gonna do? Well, I guess you always do it. Do
Yeah, I
you
was
want to
gonna
do
say,
the thing?
you've taken my entire spiel here, bro. No.
Go. Do your thing, bro. I'm out.
No, all right. So, thank you so much for
Thank
joining us,
you.
Yes.
Kirsty. If you look at this camera or this camera in the middle here, if you have anything to promote, your socials, your website, we mentioned it a few times, anything like that, these two cameras, the
Cool.
floor is yours. Take it away.
Perfect. Yeah, my name's Kersty Ryan. It's at Kersty Ryan, Kersty. Ryan on all socials, literally all of them. My website's KirstyRyan.com. I have singles coming out.
Yes.
And
yeah.
if someone wants to reach Matt, how would
someone
someone
wants to
do
reach
that?
Matt, you can contact kirstyryan.mgmt@gmail.com. Management.
Hello, this is Matt.
And I will answer as Matt.
As
There you
Matt.
go.
All right, Micah, where can everyone find you?
Well, I wish I had a fake name for management, but I don't have it. So
Y'all are gonna kill me.
right now, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Micah W Music, and might be changing soon. I might be switching up the handles. What?
Whoa.
But yeah, I don't know. Finlay, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Finlay Did It, because who did it? Finlay did it. That's about it. You can find Roseflower Records at Roseflower Records on Instagram, at Roflow Records on Instagram, at Roflow Records on Twitter, www.roseflowerrecords.com. We have a Discord. Hop in there. You can chat with us all day, every day. We stream Thursdays, 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come on in if you want us to listen to your music, get some feedback, get some exposure, all that good stuff. Kirsty, thank you so much for coming
Yes.
down.
Thank you guys so much for
joining
having
us.
me. I loved this.
And
This has
congrats
been so
on having
much
your
fun.
car getting moved. Congrats on the Fiji water.
Yeah.
I know that you're way better than us, but hey, we're trying our best here.
I
so.
try. It's the image.
Yeah, not all of us can have managers.
Yeah. You all can.
Yeah.
And make it up.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next week.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye.